A 20-volt battery of negligible internal resistance is connected in series with a 20 ohm resistor and a cylindrical conductor. The current in the circuit is 0.2 amps. The cylindrical conductor is now removed, melted and reformed into a new cylinder. After the cylinder is cooled to its original temperature, its length is 4 times greater than that of the original cylinder. What is the resistance of the new cylinder? Well, immediately what this should make you think of is that R equals rho L over A. So the resistivity equation. Because they're talking now about the dimensions of a conductor or resistor. And so we should think, how does the resistance link, or what is the relationship between this resistance or any of its properties to its dimensions? Here they mention length. Because it's been cooled to the original temperature, so we can assume it's gone back to the same state or phase, its volume must have been conserved. So L has increased by 4 and A has decreased by 4, by a factor of 4. Which means that resistance must have multiplied by 16. So if we can work out the original resistance and multiply it by 16, we can get the new resistance. So just drawing the circuit, we have 20 volts here, we have a current of 0.2 amps, and then 20 ohms, and then an unknown resistance. Using a simple circuit equation, we have 20 volts equals 20 ohms times 0.2 amps, that is going to be 4, and then plus I times R is 0.2 R, or a fifth. So we have 0.2 R equals 16. And then what we'll want to do is multiply R by 16. So once we solve for it, we have R equals 16 divided by 0.2, which is 16 times 5. And then we'll need to multiply by 16 to get our new R. So whichever way you feel comfortable doing this, I strongly encourage whatever way, either doing 80 times 16, or if you do 16 times 16, which is 256, and then if you multiply that by 5, whichever way you do it, you should get 1,280 ohms for the new resistance. Something that you can try with these calculations is just getting used to the square numbers, so going up to, let's say, 20 squared, and then it should make doing something like 16 squared quite easy. When you multiply something by 5, a common trick is to just divide the number by 2 and then multiply by 10, or multiply by 10 and then divide by 2. So if you can get used to these kind of tricks, it should make the calculations relatively simple. Otherwise, you might have to go through brute force if your arithmetic just isn't that strong, or your mental arithmetic might not be that strong. So if you have any questions on this, or if anything didn't make sense, do feel free to ask in the comments, but hopefully majority of this made sense.